Well, good morning, everyone. For those who weren't at the breakfast this morning, Mark Harris is my name. I'm the President of the New South Wales Permanent Way Institution and Chair of our National Executive Steering Committee. On behalf of the PWI New South Wales, I'm delighted to welcome you all to our 25th Annual Convention. This is the highlight of our year, a day where we gather as a whole industry to celebrate what we do. From the CEOs to site engineers to fettlers to foremen, from consultants to contractors, from operators to manufacturers. It's great to see us all under the one roof this morning. We come together to share knowledge, to strengthen our community, and to keep building the pathways that make our profession a vibrant and relevant industry. For those newer to the PWI, I thought I'd just give you a quick snapshot of who we are. We were founded in the UK in 1884 as a forum for railway staff at all levels to exchange knowledge about permanent way. In New South Wales, we've been operating as an independent section of the PWI since 1974. That's over 50 years. We've expanded a lot over the last few years to look at all parts of the rail infrastructure, and now we look at ourselves as part of the railway engineering infrastructure group, so not just Perway. We remain guided by our four core pillars, that's community, knowledge sharing, pathways and relevance. Our membership is strong and spans across all cross-sections of the rail sector. And we're growing. We've got a new group that's set up in Victoria and Western Australia. They set up earlier in the year. And soon we're looking at launching another PWI group in New Zealand. So this is a living, breathing professional network across Australasia. So why Newcastle and why this venue? So there's no better place than Newcastle for this year's theme, Rail Crossroads, Freight versus Passenger Debate. So on the freight side, this city is the gateway to one of the world's largest export ports. It moves heavy coal, grain, agricultural products and containerised freight. It's a key link in the Hunter Valley and to the national freight network. On the passenger side, we have light rail that's transformed this city, as you've probably seen down the main part of Newcastle over the last day. And it's reconnected the whole waterfront. Newcastle is front and centre in Australia's vision for high-speed rail. So here the two worlds of freight and passenger rail don't just meet, they intersect, they overlap, and sometimes they compete. But they all matter. So the big question we face is, particularly over the last 15 to 20 years, the New South Wales government spent a lot of money in rejuvenating rail and rebuilding rail investment, especially in the passenger systems. So we've got metros, we've got light rails, and we've got heavy rail upgrades. But the biggest budgets are starting to tighten. So we've got to ask ourselves, what's next? Do we shift a focus to freight to boost the economic returns, reduce road congestion and cut emissions? Or do we keep pushing passenger expansion to meet the demands of the growing urbanisation and population? So this morning we're going to hear from Tim Parker, the CEO of the High Speed Rail Authority later, and he's going to explain to us the start of hopefully the journey of the high-speed rail from Sydney to Newcastle. So do we stop framing the question, is freight versus passenger, and start asking the question about rail as being one integrated system? Today's not just about listening, it's about engaging, it's about shaping the conversation that will influence the real decisions for the years ahead. Our program reflects a breadth of the industry. We'll hear from our keynote speaker, Wayne Johnson, the CEO of the Australian Rail Track Corporation. We'll have technical presentations that dive into the engineering, operations and planning. This afternoon we have a great panel session set up to look at the multiple perspectives of freight and to start our thinking and sparking new ideas. Lucio Di Bartolomeo, the chair of the ARA, is actually here today and he's going to lead the session along with Matt Longland, CEO from Sydney Trains, Caroline Walsh, the chair of the National Transport Commission, and Wayne Johnson, the CEO of ARTC. So as we build on today the momentum from yesterday, we had the special train up from Sydney. We visited the ARTC workshops at Carrington, and then we had the networking and rail event last night and also the Women in Rail breakfast. So congratulations, Jacqueline, wherever you are. That was a great keynote this morning, so thank you for that. We've got a really full program today, to connect, inform and inspire people. So if you haven't done so yet, there's an opportunity to download the journal, which I'll show later. So your role in the conference today, we want to engage with everyone. We want to ask the bold questions. We want to share the experiences. We want to challenge the assumptions. And whether you work in the field or in the boardroom or in design or in planning, your voice matters in shaping how freight and passenger rail will thrive together. Because at the end of the day, both are essential. Both shape our industries, our economies and our cities and our way of life.